LV55 Media LLC presents the Heroes of Montford Point interview series featuring Montford Point Marines, Louis Massengale, and Jimmy Hargrove, Part 3, hosted by Patricia Williams.
You're looking for justice, equality, and by all means you must have forgiveness to reach the other utopias of life. That forget that past. You don't really forget it, but don't bring it up. Mm-hmm. It's like a person owes you.
Right.
You know, I loan this guy money, he won't pay me. You knew it when you loaned it to him, he wasn't going to pay you. Mm-hmm. But I tell you, he won't come back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But if he does come back, would you take it? Yes, you would. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I have learned through my career of 30 years that to have forgiveness. And it's worked for me and it worked for anybody. Don't carry the bitterness around with you. Release it, and God will promote you. And that's my story. Yeah, enjoyed it all the way. Thank you.
Yep.
Nice. And I thank you for your interview.
Very nice.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see. I may have one additional question
Sure.
for you here. So tell me, what would you want the general public to know, or the youngsters or the younger people who are coming up now? What would you like for them to know about the Montford Point Marines? What would you like what's the point that you would like for them to know?
Okay. One, I would love for them to know about the history of the Montford Point, and what some of the things that we had to go through to get through the 24 years of service. It wasn't easy. Many of them these days take for granted that an education is owed to them, and it's not. Mom and Dad worked very hard for them to send them to school. Take advantage of it every chance that you possibly can, because an education is worth more nowadays than it were when we was going to school. A high school education, back when we finished school, was I say was equivalent to maybe a BS degree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you get paid probably as much or maybe more. I noticed that after I got out of the Navy and I decided to go back into the school and then into service. And I found out that education was very valuable. And young people should think of this every chance they get. Take it. Education's here, it's given to them nowadays.
Yes.
Take advantage of it because it will pay off at the end.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How about you, Sam?
Well, I'm very fortunate that between my wife and I, we have 5 boys, but no girls. And they all are successful. One's a chiropractor in Atlanta, Georgia, attended Life University. I have 2 sons that are chefs.
Oh.
So my background in food services puts them into to be the best. And one works at a private school in Washington, where these kids' parents have plenty of money. Money is no problem with them. And he's a manager and also manages the other employees that work there. Does all the purchasing and manages the people, and he loves it. You know? And I have another son that lived here for a while with Samsung Corporation. He's in Connecticut now. And then another son that works for an insurance company in Maryland. He loves it. So they all have been successful, been good boys, never been in any trouble because Dad held them to a point. My son would say, well, it's rather for me to whoop him than to talk to him. Say, because you could hold their attention. And believe it or not, if you set the example and stick to it, you're going to have good children. You know, and I said, this is what we're going to do, because that was raised when I was in the military. And you know, you go and get food on the commissary on payday, okay? And during that time, in fact, I was stationed in Honolulu when it became a state. This oldest son of mine wanted to challenge me. I said, what's the problem? He says, I had to fix the food for him and had dessert, and he wanted more cookies than anybody else. I said, well, everybody had the same amount. How many you want? He said, I'll eat the whole bag. I said, oh, yeah? Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. You can eat the whole bag, but you better not leave not one. So start eating. He laughed at me. Well, he couldn't make it. And I had to spank him. I says, now, you know what? I hate to do this, but I'm going to teach you a lesson. But your eyes is bigger than your stomach, okay? Now, you laughed at me, so I'm going to spank you until you laugh. And the expression on his face, trying to laugh and cry at the same time, was something I had to laugh about myself. He tells that story to his grandkids. So that's the first spanking that my dad gave me, and I deserved it, you know? He says, I remember that today. But it's life.
Yeah.
Teach them
Yes,
and hold them to the standards. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Jimmy Michael Truitt and the National Montford Point Marine Association. This episode was recorded on location at the 4 Points by Sheridan, San Diego, California, on February 28, 2013.